The cars are amazing, but you will be criticized when you buy one. In this video, we'll go over all the information you need to know to respond to the top 3 criticisms you'll get. We'll dive into the truth about EV batteries and maintenance costs, and the technology updates to charging that make range anxiety a thing of the past. All this and more coming up next on Tessie Talk. Now look, I'm not trying to be mean, but I think us Tesla owners are all dealing with these misconceptions on a regular basis. So let's tackle these common criticisms once and for all and set the record straight. Let's start with the first criticism, and that is, didn't you know the batteries are very expensive to replace? All right, this narrative is rapidly becoming outdated. You see, over the past decade alone, lithium-ion battery prices have plummeted by over 90%. That's from around $1,100 per kilowatt hour in 2010 to approximately $137 per kilowatt hour in 2022. And that's according to Bloomberg's research. This dramatic decline is driven by economies of scale, technological advancements, and increased competition. As battery production continues to scale up and innovation accelerates, prices are expected to drop further. In fact, some experts predict that battery costs will halve again by 2030. This trend makes electric vehicle ownership increasingly accessible and undermines the argument that battery replacement costs are very expensive. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that batteries are cheap, or at least not yet. See, according to J.D. Power, the cost to replace a battery for a Model S is approximately $13,000 to $20,000. For a Model X, around $14,000, and for a Model 3, around $13,000. So even though prices are dropping, right now they're still pretty expensive, just like replacing a gas car's engine or transmission would be. But the good news is that Tesla batteries are built to last a long time. See, according to J.D. Power, EV batteries are built to last 10 to 20 years. They don't give an estimate of mileage exactly, but there was a famous tweet in 2019 when Elon Musk said, "The Model 3 drive unit and body is designed like a commercial truck for a 1,000,000-mile life. Current battery modules should last 3 to 500,000 miles or 1,500 cycles. Replacing modules will only cost 5 to 7K. You might be wondering, okay, what if I get unlucky and I happen to get a lemon? Well, first of all, it's important to note that battery replacements on Teslas are actually extremely rare. Compared to other EV brands, Tesla's battery build quality seems to be by far the most reliable. So it's very unlikely, but still, what if I get a lemon? Well, typically if a battery has had an issue during development and it makes its way through testing and into production, the problems will most likely start showing up fairly soon. But that's where Tesla's warranty comes in. Included in the cost of the purchase, Tesla provides a very strong warranty on the battery of up to 8 years or 192,000 kilometers. If your battery has lasted this long, chances are very low that you got a lemon. It's probably safe to assume that your battery will last somewhere in the average battery lifespan range of 10 to 20 years. But remember, with battery prices dropping so rapidly, by that time, it likely won't be much of a concern. Let's move on to criticism number 2, maintenance. They say maintenance costs will be expensive and difficult. This one is so untrue, it's almost funny. Look, for gas car drivers, the 3 most common maintenance costs are gas, oil changes, and brakes. For a Tesla owner, you basically don't have to worry about any of these. Of course, you don't need gas because the car is electric. Now, there are some costs associated with charging, but in general, it's going to be way cheaper than gassing up. Actually, the Tesla app does a great job of tracking how much you've spent in electricity, and it even tells you how much you have saved compared to fueling with gas. Something that's great about the Tesla app is it allows you to schedule your charge. Most electricity providers will have a low peak time and a high peak time. You can actually schedule the charge to take place as soon as the low peak time starts. For us, that's 7 o'clock at night. So when I get home from work, I plug in, and the car doesn't actually start charging until electricity is a lot cheaper. Now, when it comes to oil changes, well, there's really no equivalent with an EV. To put it simply, you will never have to pay for an oil change again. And that's great news, because the last time I got an oil change on my gas car, they charged me over $100. It seems like the price just keeps going up. Now, what about the cost of maintaining your brakes? Most people would think this would be about the same, but that actually isn't the case. You see, the regenerative braking system on EVs significantly reduces the wear and tear on brake pads and rotors, and this leads to substantial maintenance savings. By harnessing kinetic energy and converting it into electric energy, regenerative braking can reduce brake replacement costs substantially. So that covers the three most common types of maintenance. But what about less common maintenance work? Tesla's electric powertrain has significantly fewer moving parts than traditional gas-powered engines, which greatly reduces wear and tear. With no oil changes, fuel filters, or spark plugs to replace, Tesla's maintenance schedule is remarkably streamlined. The most common form of maintenance for your Tesla is actually going to be updates to the software. Tesla delivers software updates for free through your car's internet connection, and this ensures your car stays up to date without ever having to visit a dealership. Now, there is one area where your Tesla owners might see slightly higher maintenance costs: tires. Yes, those instant torque acceleration bursts can be tough on the tires, and this leads to more frequent replacements. But let's be real, that's a small price to pay for the thrill of going 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. Let's give it a go. That never gets old. All right, criticism number 3. Charging will take forever. Here's another common misconception about EVs, is that charging will take an excessively long time. However, this criticism overlooks the rapid advancements in charging technology. Fast charging systems capable of replenishing an EV's battery to 80% in under 30 minutes are becoming increasingly widespread. In fact, the latest Gen 3 charging systems can charge at speeds of up to 350 kilowatts, allowing some EVs to gain 200 miles of range in just 15 minutes. And of course, most EV drivers just charge their cars at home overnight, which completely eliminates range anxiety and makes charging time a non-issue. With the expansion of fast charging networks and the advancements in battery technology, charging times will continue to decrease, making EVs an increasingly practical choice for long-distance driving. Range anxiety is probably one of the biggest concerns most people have when they're thinking about getting an EV. In my opinion, especially if you have the ability to charge at home, range anxiety is pretty much non-existent. I made a full video debunking range anxiety, which you can check out here. All right, guys, I think you're ready to buy your Tesla. You know everything to say when you get all kinds of comments and criticisms from your friends and family. And hey, when you do buy your Tesla, make sure you're getting $1,300 off by using the link down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Drive safe.